Hey YouTube, it's Adrian, and it's been 2 years since I first started using the elevation training mask, so I decided that it was about time I made a new review for it. After 2 years, I definitely think that the mask is worth the investment. I've been using it for Spartan race, fight competitions, all-around training, and it's really helped me in the long term. My cardio has gone way up, and that's saying a lot because I used to be a cross-country and track runner, and I had a really strong cardio base to start off with. When I became a martial artist, this also helps out a lot too. So when my fighting style uses a lot of cardio and movement, and it really just amped it up and allowed me to fight at a higher pace and to move around better as an athlete. Been watching my videos, you'll probably have seen this in action all the time. It's a Darth Vader sleeve right now, just like how I used to say it sounds like Darth Vader. I've been using several sleeves because they do come apart if you use them constantly. Well, I use it almost every day, but if you use it constantly, in a few months it would probably come apart, but they're not too expensive to replace, so it's not a bad idea to get a couple of these. You can interchange them. They're easy to wash, as in my wash review video. So, best things about the mask, I've been using it at 18,000 feet right now, the highest it can go, and it's been great for me. But if you're just starting off with it, you can adjust it and make it a lot easier. So being adjustable is definitely one of the best things. It's very comfortable and it barely affects your movement. So unless someone puts their fingers right up to your mask and covers the hole, you can breathe fine. Apart from that, any movement is slightly harder to breathe when you're upside down doing handstands and stuff like that, but it should be fine in general. It makes workouts very efficient, and you don't have to worry about having a lot of time, because for example, if you only have half an hour, you can only go running, and you're used to running, it doesn't really work your cardio. It's good for just putting it on, running, focusing on your breathing, so you're working extra in that. So it turns a half-hour short run into a good focusing on your technique, focusing on your running movement, works everything. The mask is good for both aerobic and anaerobic exercises. Mask is probably a better indoor tool than an outdoor tool, because indoors temperature could be adjusted, you don't sweat quite as much, but outdoors, especially in Boston where I usually train in the year, in the summer or in the winter, you sweat so much it can get super gross with the mask, and in the winter condensation, kind of the same effect, so it's just kind of gross. So definitely indoors with it would be better. And another thing you have to watch out for is if you have a cold, because if you're proper breathing, you want to breathe with your nose, breathe out of the nose, but if your nose is stuffy or your nose is runny, that's even worse, because you're spraying it all the way into the mask. It's gross. So people end up holding their breath from their nose and breathing from their mouth instead, and that gives it a shallow sort of technique, so it's not as good. So those are probably the bad things about it. Just watch out for the snot, the sweat, and condensation. Just make sure if you do use it outdoors or with a runny nose, give it the complete wash afterwards, because I've actually gotten sick from using repeats of it without washing it, so be careful. Wash it and make sure it's clean. So I use the mask for traditional Kung Fu, I use it for Spartan race training, all that stuff. Just regular fitness training, fight training, everything. The only thing I don't use it for is swimming, because obviously this can't go underwater. I guess in conclusion, just so I can shut up finally, the mask, definitely worth the buy. It's around $80, but this is US. I'm in Hong Kong right now, but this is 80 US dollars. But it's definitely worth the buy. I use it almost every serious training session I have for the last 2 years, and it's definitely helped me a lot in the last 2 years. So definitely worth the buy, and I still swear by it to this day.